Evening everybody. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. My clock in my craft room is a little bit slow, I've discovered tonight, but better late than never. I was meant to be here yesterday, but things got carried away and so we're a bit late again today. I hope as many of you can join us as are happy to. I'll try and say hello to people as you pop on, but it's been a while since I've done a live, so sorry about that. We're going to make 2 cards this evening. Hi Bev, evening. We're going to make 2 cards this evening. We're going to use this Christmas Gleaming Stamp Set, which is one of my favourites. I'm just going to turn another light on, bear with me. We're a bit dark this evening. That's better. Okay. Hi Denise. Oh, I saw that this afternoon while you were out, so I'll pop you an email later on. We've been out at Bedgebury all day, so we're just calming down now. So tonight we're going to use Christmas is Gleaming, which is a brand new stamp set from the Autumn Winter catalogue, and it's got the lovely bauble designs and this beautiful holly, which is actually my favourite stamp in the whole of the new catalogue. And with the stamp set you have this bauble punch, and you have a smaller bauble punch, which is just here like so. So this one coordinates with these 2 large baubles, and this one coordinates with this one, but actually we're just going to use this one this evening. So we're going to start, let's put that to one side. We're going to start with a cherry cobbler card base. Now this is half a sheet of A4, scored 14.9 centimetres in the middle and cut at 10.5. So all we're going to do to this is make sure it's nice and scored, and then we're going to add to it a piece of Very Vanilla. Now that Very Vanilla measures 13.4 centimetres by 9 centimetres. So all I've done is I've taken off a centimetre and a half from around the edge to make it smaller. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a few dimensionals here and there to the back of the card. It's been so nice that it's actually feeling like it's cooling down a bit now. So that is going to be the base of our card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some vellum. So I'm going to take this, what I would call the swirly bauble, maybe, if that's even a word. And I'm going to take my Versamark ink pad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the bauble randomly across this vellum. It's quite tricky to see, but I'm going to do my best. I've done that now. Close the lid, pop that on there like so. And all I've got here is a piece of copy paper just to help me out while I do my embossing. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take some gold embossing powder. And we're going to emboss this . You see how that's picking up that beautiful embossing powder. Check for any gaps or bits, areas that you might have missed, and then all I do is I tap the back to shake off any loose embossing powder. So that looks like we've got good coverage. So before I heat, let me just pop all this embossing powder back in the pot. And then what we'll do is we'll emboss this. Find a place to hold it where you're not going to burn your fingers, and then I'll see if we can capture this on film. start to shine now, so you can just see that starting to, it's getting darker there, you can see it now, I've caught the light. So it's turning from that powdery matte look to this beautiful shiny. I remember the first time that I actually did this, saw this embossing, and I thought, oh wow, it's so clever. And it's great for Christmas as well, because Christmas you want that little bit of extra shine, not necessarily sparkle. So embossing is a great option. Just make sure that's all done. That's all done there like so. So I'll just show this closer to the camera. So there, it's catching the light now. How pretty is that? It's fab, isn't it? Now what we're going to do is we're going to colour on the reverse side of this. So I've got 2 cherry cobbler Stampin' Blends and I've got a bronze. The reason I've got the bronze is because I want to use it on the tops of the baubles. And what you'll find is when you colour on the back of vellum, it's a real muted colour, but that's the look that we are actually aiming for. All will become clear. And then what we do, so I'm using this darker one first. This is dark cherry cobbler, and all we're going to do is go round the edge of each bauble. Because what I want to do is I want to create a light effect. So in theory, where the light is going to catch those baubles. Definitely need this colouring today after a busy day out with the girls. Today was our last day out as a family before the end of the school holidays. We definitely made the most of it. We took a picnic to a place called Bedgebury Pinetum, which is near Tunbridge Wells, and it's one of the national forests here, and it's just fab. So we had a lovely picnic. We did one of the character trails, which at the moment is Zog, which is by Julia Donaldson, which is one of our favourites. And then Florence, my eldest, did one of the Go Ape treetop trails, which she absolutely loved. It's her first one and she's completely hooked already. She's got no fear. So I definitely need a bit of calm colouring this evening. Always find it relaxes me. So we've gone round with the dark. I'm actually not going to show you the back until we're done. And then with the lighter one, we're just going to go over and pick up the rest of the colour. I'm just going to leave that tiny bit of white there for the moment. When we turn it over, we have this effect. So let's just colour in that white bit a little bit. Now with the vellum, because the paper isn't porous, I wouldn't use the colour lifter on it, because what it actually does, it just takes the colour right off onto your colour lifter. So that is our finished colouring there. So what we're going to do now is just add this onto our Very Vanilla. So that picks up that lovely detail there. Can you see it? Is it catching the light? It's just slightly. The best glue I find to use with vellum is a wet glue, as long as it dries clear, because what you don't want to do is see where you've stuck it on. Now what I wouldn't do is add your glue over your coloured images. Like I said, because it's not, the paper isn't porous, it will just lift your colour right off. So this vellum is 1/2 centimetre smaller than your Very Vanilla piece that we've added. So there you have that, just like so. How pretty is that? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of cherry cobbler and a piece of Very Vanilla, and we're going to die cut these. Oh, that's about to fall out of my big shot. That's not fun, is it? So we're just going to take this here, which is my big shot, and we're going to cut 2 shapes. So what I have here is, these are from the stitched shapes. Hi Jackie, thank you for joining, lovely to hear from you. We've got this stitched oval, which is the large one, and then this one is the next size down, and these come as part of the stitched shapes dies. So we're going to cut the large one in cherry cobbler. Just roll this through. Oh, excuse me. Oh, and again, sneezes this evening. So what it does, hello mum, you've got that shape there like so. So we have one in cherry cobbler, and the next one we want in Very Vanilla. Just pop that in here, and we'll die cut him out. Shot out the way now. Now the idea of these is they fit inside, so you have that one and that one like so. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our sentiment, and the sentiment that I'm going to use is "Deck the halls with boughs of holly." Now there's not a holly inside in this card, but it's a lovely Christmas sentiment. So where's my stamp? Here's my stamp, and we're going to stamp that in cherry cobbler. Been out for dinner. Oh, lovely. Where did you go? Anywhere nice? Lovely. One of my favourite sayings at Christmas. So then all we're going to do is add this one to this one. So for the white, the Very Vanilla onto the cherry cobbler, we will use some Tombow. And then when we attach it to the card, we'll use a couple of dimensionals. Hello to everyone who's just joined. We are just making this lovely Christmas card here. So we'll attach that in the centre like so. So that would be a nice Christmas card on its own, but we're not quite finished. So now we're going to take our trusty piece of cherry cobbler again, and we're going to stamp it using our Versamark. And this is where we use the punch. So we'll stamp that like so. And then we'll take our piece of copy paper back to catch all our embossing powder. Yeah, cherry cobbler is, sorry Jackie, I'm just reading your message. Cherry cobbler is a lovely red actually. I always think it is a definite Christmas red. So then we've added our embossing powder, and then we'll try and heat this. So you should see that turn hopefully. Yeah, you can just see that going. So that itself looks lovely on the red, or cherry cobbler should I say. Cherry cobbler is part of our Regals collection, and quite a lot of them are great for Christmas. You've got real red, cherry cobbler, you've got shaded spruce in there, which is a really lovely Christmassy green. So there we have our, see him there? Just catching the light. And then all we're going to do is take the ball punch, line it up. It will leave a small outline around. Pop it out. We have that like so. And then we're going to attach this to our card there. So we'll just add a small piece of Tombow again. And then to finish, we're going to add just a little bow. And this is the linen thread. This is actually the linen thread that came as part of the Hugs from Shelley kit, and it's what I had left over. So we will make sure we use it up. So just tie a small bow. And then we're going to add this to our card with a glue dot. I find these glue dots the best thing to add. The gold on cherry cobbler, it's lovely, isn't it, Bev? It looks really nice on the green as well. So we'll just add a little glue dot to our bow. I've got my bow in a muddle now. Bear with me while oh dear, look, it's gone all messy. I love glue dots, but they're almost too sticky. Right, pulled it off. Let's start again. Oh no, it's gone the other way now. This is how not to tie a bow. Don't you love it when things go wrong? This is when it's great that we're live. That's better. So instead of doing that, we'll add the glue dot to the card. And then we'll add the bow there like so. Make it so that you're happy with it, and then just cut off the tails. So there we have the front of our card done, and then inside all I've got is I've got another piece of Very Vanilla, which is exactly the same size, and all I'm going to do is I will heat emboss a lovely bauble in here. So this is where we get 3 different tones of the embossing, because we already have it embossed on the vellum, we have it embossed on the cherry cobbler, and now we're going to have it embossed on the Very Vanilla. How fun is that? Way, and then all we'll do, my pad is getting really dusty now, is we will add our colour. So we got the, oh that was the light, whoops, just go over with the dark. So there we have our finished. And then I will just quickly use the colour blender on this one. So then let's attach this inside our card. There we are. So that is finished card number 1 this evening. You can add another sentiment in there if you want. So we have textures of gold embossing on the vellum where it's coloured on reverse. We have the gold embossing on the cherry cobbler, and then inside we have the gold embossing on the very vanilla. So that's our first one tonight, and that's really pretty. I'm really pleased with that one. Now the next one, I said we would use my favourite stamp set in the whole catalogue, my favourite stamp in the whole catalogue, which is Lovely Holly. He's really fun and he's a really lovely size. So we're going to stamp this just once because I've actually done some bits in advance for this. And we need Memento for this because we're going to colour it with the blends. It's always best to use the Memento so that you don't get any bleeding on your colouring. So stamp that like so. And then all we're going to do is we're going to colour this in. So we'll do the berries first. And that's the lights. We'll just go add some shading with the dark. And then what I have is I have the light Mossy Meadow and the dark Mossy Meadow. So we're going to start with the dark. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edge. Not pushing too hard. If they squeak, then you're pushing too hard. Let's just go around the edge slightly. And then take the light and just build your colour up until you're happy with it. And then use your colour blender just to pour that colour in. So then we're going to cut this out. I always like to leave a white border around my colour, around my cutting out. This is what you would get if you were die cutting, and also I think it makes it look just that little bit neater. So we'll quickly cut this out. Card I'm going to make with this, some of you I know have been to a class that we've used this technique, so see if you can guess what sort of card we're going to be making. This is one of my favourite card making techniques, and it's just to show you that it looks good with any occasion, any shape and any image. So there we have our stamped, coloured and die cut holly image. If you like, it's very pretty, isn't it? So then what we're going to do is we're going to take this die here is from the stitched nested label dies, and we're going to cut one of these out in white. Hello Sophie, bonsoir, hope you're okay. Hello Marion, nice for you to join us. I wonder if you've got the sound on. Does make me laugh. So we're going to cut one of these out in white, and this card here is all about the preparation. So we can put that back in. We're going to need that die again shortly. So the great thing about these stitch nested dies is they have two lots of stitching on them. They stitch the piece that comes out of the die, but it also stitches around the edge, so there really are lots of fun. So we have our shape here, and then the other holly leaves are just here. So I've got quite a few here. I'm going to layer these. We're going to start with one in the middle. No, we're not. We're going to layer these around our shape that we've die cut, and I hope I've got enough. We'll find out shortly. So we're going to lay those around our die cut shape, and then we're going to use this press and seal. So we're going to do a floating frame card. Now this is a bit like cling film, but it's tacky on one side. So we're just going to take a piece that's bigger than our die cut shape. Excuse me while I cut this. It's not the easiest stuff to cut. It does tear though, which is great. So once we're happy with where we've got all our pieces attached, now the trick with this technique, and for those of you that have been to my class will hopefully remember this, is to place as many as you can over the edge of your shape, because you want there to be a real good shape to what we're doing. So lay that over your die like so, and then turn it over so it's all attached. We're going to use the same die cut shape, bring our big shot back in, and we're going to lay this on here. Now we actually want the stitched design on our floating frame, so we're going to take our die back again and lay that on. You should roughly be able to feel where your shape starts and ends, but actually it doesn't really matter too much and all will become clear. So lay your shape on, and when you're happy, roll it back through your die cutting machine, and then it's still all stuck, which is what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to peel the excess off like so and discard. And then what we have is we take this off here. So that's what we're left with, like so. Now we're going to use, I'm going to take, you want to peel the white shape away so that what you have left is stuck to your press and seal. So we have it now like so. You can get rid of this bit because we're not actually going to use it again. And then we're going to add dimensionals to each element that you've die cut or you've cut out. So for example, we're going to add all enough to our holly so that when we attach it to our card in a moment, it looks good. Have any of you done any more of these cards since you've been to class, I wonder? Okay. So we have that now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut another piece of this in, what colour shall we do it in? Let's do it in very vanilla, shall we? Where's a piece of vanilla? Here's a piece of vanilla. No, we're going to do it in white because, no, let's do it in red. Wouldn't that be fun? Very decisive tonight, can you tell? Indecisive, shall I say? So we'll just cut another one of these shapes out, like so. So we've got cherry cobbler now. You've been busy quilting. So then what we're going to do is we're going to attach that on there, but we're going to do that shortly. So I've now got a Mossy Meadow card base, which is the same colour as the DSP we've just used. So that measures 10.5 centimetres wide, and then we'll score it at 14.9 to fold in half. And then we're going to take our Mossy Meadow ink pad, and where is the holly? Just clean the memento off of that. We're just going to stamp this randomly, but I don't want it to be too bright, so we're going to stamp off so that we get that muted colour. Like so. So we have that now like that. And then we are going to attach our cherry cobbler shape to our card using a few more dimensionals. Dimensionals are my best friend when I'm crafting. And then we add this to our card. Like so. So look at those two greens together, don't they look beautiful? Screams Christmas. And then what we're going to do is peel off our dimensional backs from here. Now what I've been really careful to do with this is not have any of your pieces overlapping. So then we take, oh, got one there, and we line it up. So you can see that's lined up like so. Can you see that? And then what we're going to do is carefully peel our press and seal off, because we don't want to leave that stuck really, and you need to be really careful with this because you don't want it to peel away too much of your colouring. So there's a piece there, we can stick that back down. I love this technique, it's such fun. So there we have our holly on the card like so, and then we're going to add a sentiment. Now one of the sentiments that's in here is this lovely Merry Christmas. So we're going to take that and we're going to stamp that in, what colour should we stamp it in? Red or green? What do you think? Well, Jackie, you made it for a friend who had sepsis 5 times, a get well card and shoved it. Oh, that's lovely. Should we stamp this in green or red? I think let's stamp that in red. Press and seal I got from Amazon. And for the whole roll, which I think has about 27 yards on it, was about £9, I think. So then we stamp this in our cherry cobbler. Yeah, that's nice. And sort that out with our paper snips. This looks really nice when it's embossed in white on black. Really, really lovely. So we have our little banner like so. So we'll just use a little bit of Tombow. You could put this in the middle actually, but now I'm going to put it on this edge here. Merry Christmas, just like that. And then to finish, what I'm going to do is one of the new products that's in the... Where can you get this set from? So this set, the stamp set is available from the 4th of September with the punches. So we're just going to use a shimmery crystal effects on these lovely... And for those of you that have used glossy accents before, it's exactly the same, but it's got a shimmer to it. And what you do is you just layer it on like a glue, wherever you want, and then it will dry clear, but we can have a go at drying it with our heat gun to see if we can get the effect. This card will be on my blog tomorrow though, so you will be able to see it there. So all that will do is make those berries nice and shiny. So that is what I would say would be our finished card, and then all I would do is I would add a piece of white inside. Let's see if I have a piece already cut. I think I do, no I don't. Put that there, cut it from this piece. So the pen is available in the Autumn Winter catalogue from the 4th of September. Now Jackie, these catalogues will be going out tomorrow in the post, so you will have your catalogue over the weekend, and this full of just beautiful, beautiful Christmas crafting. Products. So you've got lovely ribbons, you've got new stamp sets, punches, dies, and lovely DSP as well. Who doesn't love DSP? Let's just stamp him there. We'll quickly colour him in and then I'm nearly finished. It's been a long one this evening for me. Thank you to everyone who's stuck with me. We'll just finish off with a little bit of calm colouring. I see a spending spree coming on. I know the feeling. You will get to use some of these products as well, Jackie, and everyone else. That's if you're coming to our craft day, our Christmas creative stamping day, which is on the 26th of October. I'm busy designing cards for you all to make as part of my project. Jane is doing some boxes and some other beautiful, beautiful projects, and Hilary has a special wow project which we saw the other day, and it is just stunning. You're all in for a real treat. If you did want to come along to that, we still have one space left. It's £40 for the day, and it's from 10 AM till 4 PM, and you actually go away. Oh, I've not cut that long enough, look. Whoops, quickly, let's just cut that off. You will go away from the day with a goodie bag worth £30 of Stampin' Up product. It will be lovely. I'm really excited as well. Okay. Ah, look, it fits now. Have to remember to clean that glue off my trimmer. So there we have our finished card with the floating frame technique, and here we have our finished card with the baubles and a bit of embossing. This is the stamp set that we've used here, and that comes with the 2 bauble punches, and that will be available for you from the 4th of September. If you did want a catalogue and you haven't got one already, please drop me an email or leave me a comment and I'll contact you for your address and we'll get one in the post to you. I don't charge for my catalogue, so it's nice to have a browse. That's it for me. My last one for the summer holidays. Sorry there's not been many over the summer holidays. It's been really busy, but we'll be back into a nice routine from next week. So I'll see you next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thanks for joining. Bye.